Test.
Hi, I'm Kendri.
Hi, I'm Fatin.
I like gaming and pretty much just kind of stay at home.
We are similar, so that's why we married each other. And I love sewing. Yeah.
Yeah, with regards to our renovation journey, right, we already had a contractor in mind. We needed um, an ID, right, who we, in our eyes, is able to actually execute our vision.
Pop out of my Instagram. So I just decided to just approach her. Hey, the aesthetic on the IG is really like, wow, it means something lah. So I knew it was the right direction lah. Because we just don't want to compromise on taste. And I don't think you can buy taste because there's only specific people that can really understand how you want our result to look like. We love Japan. We love traveling there. So, and the culture emphasizes on minimalistic, calm, peaceful retreat. We did try to approach a couple of ID firms, but um, I would say very business minded. So,
Our vision had to be compromised. Touching on the design process, Fatin kind of helped us, along the way to just ensure that the whole uh, process was easy lah, so that we don't at the end of the day have like anything to regret. I think with the spatial layout,
we did meet a couple of times. We did discuss what we really want in each room's kitchen, for example, and that's why we really discussed what our lifestyle is about.
we focus primarily on our bedroom lah. My gaming spot is there. Also, Fatin's sewing corner came the next part, which is I believe the material selection. Is it correct? Yeah. Yeah, because knowing that the kind of aesthetic that we want, right, was basically something Japanese inspired, a lot of like wood accents, this sort of thing, right? Selection process made it more sort of seamless, lah, like, because she narrowed it down, okay, gave us like a few options to pick from.
To summarize, the concept board really helps because when we visited Hafari, Fatin just showed like, okay, this design it might be suitable for your house, for your team, Then we take a look at it, and then we have samples to bring back home also. So when we look at the samples, it's like, hey, this is really nice. So that really like made us like at ease, Like,
And yeah, we were expecting it to be like a super long, drawn out
Yeah.
process, but it actually took like a day, less than a day, for us to really finalize. Okay, this is how we would like our house to look like. With all those elements, in place, it all came together when she finally showed us like the 3D mock-up thingy, lah. Renderings, yeah, 3D rendering. Tell you, we was like, we had to take a moment to collect ourselves because it's like this is exactly what we wanted. Honestly, the whole process we thought it was going to take longer than what eventually transpired, but it was all thanks to Fatin lah. More importantly, we were able to achieve what we actually envisioned lah. That's what we were super glad about lah. At first, okay, we were sort of unsure of the picks for our kitchen. Not Centerfoot, the compact plus. Compact plus. That's the thing, right, that you put on the counter.
Oh, yes.
We saw it, right, we were thinking to ourselves, hey, this one will go together or not?
Yeah.
Then, but unfortunately, at that point of time, the compact plus hasn't been installed yet. So we were not looking at the finished product. So we were like thinking, hey, this one maybe might have to change or what. I think it's a lesson learned. We need to have more faith in our ID because she definitely picked the right choice for us, or rather, she narrowed the right choice for us, and she emphasized that, hey, this will work. And we were like, because being new, right, we were not sure at first, lah. So when finally the Compact Plus was installed, okay, and everything was all done up, then we we realized, yep, this is definitely the correct configuration and all the color scheme. Okay, so now when we talk about the design package or the kit, okay, that Fatin has really put in to actually design everything, right? So this design that has to be handed over to our design and build or contractor, okay. So the transition, right? I would say it's surprisingly smooth. Honestly, I guess it also plays a part to select a good, competent build firm, the one you can trust, in order to make the design into reality. We were fortunate enough to actually select such a company. The fact that Fatin's designs were easy to follow, okay, and of course, keeping with the industry standards and everything, there wasn't any kind of situation where my contractor, okay, his name is Fairuz, by the way. There wasn't any situation where Fairuz had to come back to me to ask, because I'm like the so-called intermediary, the middleman, right? So there was no point that he had to hey, this one, I don't understand this design or what is it about. Never. He got the design documents which Fatin developed. Once he got it, and next thing I know, works began already. Of course, here and there were certain things that is big carpentry that they ask okay, what kind of what soft closing or what all this kind of thing. All those nitty-gritty, maybe of course there are certain things you have to actually liaise with your contractor. But by and large, the bigger picture, right, everything was all taken care of already. It was almost non-existent, the need for Fatin to actually step in to speak to Fairuz, this kind of situation. So yeah, honestly, it went smoother than expected. Okay, I would know because I was the one doing the in between, intermediary. So yeah, awesome.
Tell me more about the ryokan door.
Yeah, she wanted to tell you that she can.
Right. Oh, this one. Okay.
The key. The number one thing that you want in the house, right?
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so if you look just behind us, there's this door. Okay, inspired by the ryokan doors that you will see in Japan, those kind of traditional inns, right? Okay, so Fatin, okay, my wife Fatin, and we were thinking we need to have something that kind of is the focal point of the house. Yeah, and we were in discussion with our ID Fatin from the beginning how to incorporate such a thing. Okay, and she helped us with it for sure, and how to and she allowed our idea. She ran with our idea and recommended this to be like that lah. But the part that we were more concerned with is how our contractor design and build was how is he gonna fabricate it, for instance. So that part took a bit of discussion. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, it was to a point where his carpenter, right, literally created like a miniature prototype sort of thing to sort of get our views on it. And it was kind of cool actually. I never thought they would do such a thing. Then finally, when we were okay with the prototype, they made it into the actual, scale model, right? Wow, honestly, tell you the truth, right? I think till today, we get compliments. People come over and they say, "Hey, this is cool," and automatically, they know. I think this is an important point, right? They know where the design elements originate from, because it can be people see they don't even know, this one is what why is it why is there a gate in your house or what? No, but they understand automatically the link between the ryokan, the traditional inn kind of vibe, and this. So 10/10, the vision execution was all accomplished lah. Yeah, thanks to Fatin and of course the contractors.
I'll recommend it. I will recommend it to my sister, to my mother, because for my mom, she has stayed in her house for over 30 years, and she felt like just one day I feel like just changing the vibe of my house. So I recommended Fatin to come over and look and really study the places, to make changes here and there. And she was actually very pleased with the result. And it makes us think that actually you don't need renovation to actually make your house look different. It's just by styling and by just changing a couple of things. I think it does. It does make a difference because with Fatin services, right? She actually did provide a couple of services, and we did know what are the services that we are gonna like engage her for. So there are just certain services that we didn't opt for because we don't really need. So it's that flexibility and yeah, knowing what we are actually paying for. Yeah.
To add on to that also, because it's kind of clear cut lah, because you have two um, parties lah, so to speak. Okay, one is the design side, one is the contractor side. So there is a clear demarcation. Okay, so whatever you're paying, right, as opposed to, for instance, one of those ID firms that has everything all in-house. That being said, also there is a certain consideration that prospective clients also need to understand lah, that this is more of like a la carte sort of situation. It's not like everything in one sort of thing. So you need to be prepared to also fork out just maybe a slight increase in terms of costing. But at the end of the day, right, the what you get out of it, right, will definitely be in your favor lah. Because at the end of the day, you are specifically engaging Kotakit, right? Okay, their services, right? Okay, and you are not compromising in terms of anything. Say if let's say you just get like around the meal ID from a contractor firm that you may not be too confident in their abilities. Maybe you guys not seen it yet. But with this, okay, bear in mind this is a conscious decision that we made because we know that our priority was our vision, right? Our aesthetic, right? That's why we decided to go on this option lah. Bear in mind when you make your decisions lah. The moral story is like this: even when you doubt yourself, right? Okay, especially if you're new to this, okay, being the first time you ever gonna like renovate anything, your house, for instance, okay, it's essential, I would say, to actually have someone who is so professional, so just who knows, okay, who can really read or into their clients, right? So even when you doubt yourself, right, they will be there to help you and to guide you along the way. And finally, seriously, it's what can I say? Sometimes I wake up in the morning and I walk around my own house. I'm thinking, like, hey, wow, it's my house, not bad.
I would highly recommend Kotakit.
Memorizing your ChatGPT.
Yes. No, it's there. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Maybe cover the main points. I don't mind shooting it again, or if let's say there's certain things that